Hello, beautiful. My name is Becky Shapiro. I guide women on their spiritual path, helping them to connect to their intuition and navigate their healing journey. Before I get started with today's message, let's get you out of your mind. Bring your energy from your head down into your heart space, however that looks and feels for you. We're going to listen from our heart space. And I invite you to expand your energy out again, however that looks and feels for you. Taking a couple deep breaths. And let's get started. So, a few months ago, I discovered I had a twin flame. And I was told by one of my guides, and I was like, okay, what is a twin flame? I've heard the term before. I don't know exactly what it means. And I've gotten pretty good about not going straight to Google to look things up because it's not always accurate. So I asked my soul, okay, explain to me again what a twin flame is. And so here's what I heard. Twin flames are two energies created from the same spark or essence. You will feel a closeness with her just like you would if you were identical twins split from the same egg. Though you were born from the same energy, you both inherited different traits from it. This explains why you are finding so many differences between you. All of these differences together help complete the full picture, as if you are both half of the puzzle that is not finished yet. You will expand each other's ability to grow and amplify each other's gifts and abilities. Eventually, the puzzle will be complete, and the picture, your combined creation, will be startlingly clear. It will take the two of you working together in the space of each other's energies while still on separate expansive journeys to fulfill your soul purposes. So after we learned we were twin flames, of course we turned to the internet to do a little research. But what we found, though, was, like I said, not always accurate with our current truth and reality. So the majority of people see the word flame and automatically think this is going to be a romantic connection. And it can be. But for us, that was not the case. Down here on Earth, twins can come from the same egg within the womb of a physical body. But we are twins in a spiritual sense. Our souls were created in the womb space of the universe, and we were split from the same energetic flame or spark. Each of us was given different abilities and experiences so that we could come back together at this time, right now, to allow each other's gifts to strengthen our weaknesses. We are filling gaps for each other we didn't know were there. We are making connections for each other we didn't understand we needed. And in order to fulfill our combined soul purpose, we must give and receive fully at all levels in new and sometimes uncomfortable ways. So, I want to point out that all of us live in a dualistic world, okay? And it doesn't really occur to us because it's our norm. But in higher dimensions, there is no duality. There is no dark and light, good and bad, male and female, day and night. Opposites are unique to our human reality in this three-dimensional world, where we have a physical body. And we have access to emotions and a mental body. Being able to think and to feel can guide us, but they also provide the opportunity for. Now, I was completely shocked to discover that I had a twin flame, and I have talked to some people that have mentioned that it is very rare for two twin flames to incarnate at the same time. So this is a very special connection, and I'm very grateful for it. And I was also completely shocked to discover who it was. I've known this person for a very long time. It's not my husband. You will need to go listen to episode 1 of our new podcast in order to find out who it is. We have so many differences between us, from the way we were raised, to the way we receive information, to our current abilities and strengths, to the number of lives that we've had. But we are being guided to spend time together right now, whether that's on a phone call, through text, or in person. We've started a shared document so we can record what happens to us together and separately. Because sometimes what occurs separately is actually related, but we don't know until we spend some time sharing and realize the connection. So the more time that we are together in each other's physical space, the more it is transforming us in different ways at different levels. I help my twin flame heal in ways she hasn't needed to in the past or didn't know how to. She helps me expand at all levels. I was out on the trails recently contemplating a name for our podcast. She had already channeled that the word duality needed to be in the title. So I was thinking about how far apart we are due to our differences, which isn't a bad thing. It just is. And as we spend time together, we are connecting, learning about each other, teaching each other. It's bringing us closer together. And I was trying to think of a word that encapsulates this experience that we're going through. We're embracing duality. We're polarizing duality. We're deconstructing duality. Okay, none of that resonated. And I continued to visualize how we were coming closer towards each other from a distance. And it became a bridge. We are bridging duality. So, the morning we made time to record our first episode for Bridging Duality, we realized we hadn't settled on a name for the podcast. And as we were discussing, the option of Bridging Duality, my twin flame started to look it up online. I had mentioned I could find very little out there already using that name, but definitely no podcasts. As she typed the words into the address box on her screen, weird things started to happen with her computer. I was actually staring at my own computer screen and I didn't see it. But somehow our document that was pulled up that listed all of our title ideas and some other important information we had added in there over the last couple of weeks got deleted. She noticed all of a sudden her energy felt clouded. She closed her eyes and dropped her head to tune in. But my eyes were still open, and I was looking at her screen, and all of a sudden I noticed the dash or the negative sign was repeatedly being typed into her address box. At that point, I got huge goosebumps. Actually, I'm getting them right now. And knew something was wrong. I started tuning in and was told something low vibrational was with us and did not want us to start this podcast. We both did our own thing to remove it from the space. Her divine team relayed to her that there was a sense of urgency for us to move forward with this and that we needed to commit to posting on a very regular basis once we release it. Did the experience scare me? No, but it was a little freaky to see something take over her computer because I have never experienced that before, though she had. It validated for me that not only had we chosen the right name for the podcast, Bridging Duality, but that what we are meant to do together is incredibly important and powerful. And since then, we have experienced more events, as there are beings out there that do not want us to move forward. So we're still getting to know each other, and the more we allow ourselves to connect, grow, and expand in each other's presence, the more we will understand what our combined soul purpose is, why we have come together at this time, and what we are meant to build. Because it's not going to be just a bridge, I guarantee you that. In order for me to be ready to learn I had a twin flame and to connect with her, I had to do the work. The universe was not going to bring us together until both of us were ready. I had to leave my teaching career years ago now, move out of my masculine energy, learn how to hear myself, my intuition, connect with my feminine side and the divine. I had to learn how to do the inner healing, work on raising my vibration, and now my frequency, understand ways to expand my energy, and learn to trust myself and the divine guidance I receive. None of that was possible until I started to make time for myself and eventually let go of what needed to be released in order to be able to receive. And what I've gone through to get here, to this stepping stone on my spiritual path, is completely different than what my twin flame has gone through. And that was fated. Our souls chose that. Now we're taking our different experiences and working together to not only create a bridge to each other, but teaching others how to bridge their own dualities. So, if this has piqued your interest, I invite you to check us out. Our podcast, Bridging Duality, is available on all major platforms. I've linked it for you in the show notes. And if you are looking for spiritual guidance and the type of healing necessary to prepare to meet your twin flame or soulmate, I invite you to check out my online Spiritual Compass program. You will learn how to connect, work with your energy, how to do that inner healing that was necessary for me to hook up with my twin flame, and how to make aligned choices. I have multiple published books that document everything I go through on my spiritual path so that others can learn from my experiences and discoveries. These are available on Amazon. You can connect with me on social media, join my free Facebook group for those wanting to connect to themselves and their intuition, or contact me if you are interested in a one-to-one session. From my heart and soul to yours, blessings